Million-dollar bones. It is not uncommon to read a news article about the latest instance of someone paying an unbelievable sum of money for a work of art by a famous artist. But what about paying millions of dollars for a rare fossil? In 1997, the skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus rex dinosaur sold for $8.4 million at auction, the highest price ever paid for a fossil. The sale brought to light a business of which many people had been previously unaware: the business of buying and selling fossils. The market for fossils, the remnants of ancient animals and plants, is not a new one. Since the start of the scientific revolution a few centuries ago, there has been great interest in finding and collecting fossil specimens. Demand only grew after Charles Darwin published his theory of evolution in 1859, as scientists sought to find evidence tracing life's development through the ages. Until recently, fossil collecting and the fossil market were mostly limited to museums, universities, and a small but enthusiastic community of private collectors. In recent decades, however, the number of wealthy private collectors has swelled, often putting them in direct competition with academic institutions. The rise of the private fossil market has been something of a mixed blessing. On the one hand, the increased interest in fossils means that more and more people are actively searching for fossils. In the past, if a farmer or rancher discovered a curious fossil on their land, it probably would not be reported, or in the case of large dinosaur fossils, never excavated at all. These days, however, people are aware of the value of the fossils that they find, and as a result, a huge number of fossils that would not otherwise have been reported become available for scientists and collectors alike. On the other hand, because the fossils are on the open market, the fossils in question will usually go to whoever is willing to pay the highest price. This has had a number of consequences. First of all, the price of all fossils, regardless of size or importance, has increased simply because there is more demand. Many scientists are sympathetic towards landowners who are just trying to get a fair price for the fossils they find, and museums and other research institutions often purchase fossils at auctions or from individual sellers. At the same time, however, museums and universities have limited budgets for acquiring fossils. At the very least, this means that they cannot afford to purchase as many fossils as in the past. More often than not, however, it means that research institutions are regularly outbid by private collectors, especially when it comes to premium specimens such as large dinosaur fossils. Many of these fossils are scientifically important, but they disappear into private collections before scientists ever have a chance to examine them. Another consequence of the increased value of fossils is that fossil hunting has become a huge business. There now exist companies whose sole purpose is to find, excavate, and sell fossils on the open market. Some businesses, such as Black Hills Institute of Geological Research Incorporated, are careful about obeying local laws and making fair deals with landowners on whose land they search for fossils. Many other fossil hunters, however, are not so respectful of the law. Alongside the legal market, there is now also a huge black market for illegally obtained fossils. Those who dig for fossils illegally are not only break the law but also cause great damage to fossil beds as they recklessly seek only the most desirable fossils such as dinosaur skulls. Governments are slowly waking up to the reality of the fossil business. More and more countries around the world have passed laws restricting the buying and selling of fossils. For example, it is now illegal to transport fossils out of the province of Alberta, Canada. Similarly, some fossil-rich areas such as the Burgess Shale in British Columbia are completely off-limits to private fossil hunters. Nevertheless, the effectiveness of these laws is limited as governments do not have the funds to patrol these large natural areas, leaving them vulnerable to poachers.